take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
They said the truth was buried deep in files they tried to burn. David's on the mic now, it's the people's turn. From shadow men in black to creatures in the mist, he's cracking open secrets that the government dismissed. Spooky lights above us, he's tracking every blink. Aliens, cryptids, yeah, he's making you think. With a journal full of clues and a wild-eyed hunch, he's talking ghost towns, lost time, Bigfoot's lunch. Old Dayvid don't know, but he's looking for the code on a long dark road where the weird ones go. Mics stay hot when the stories unfold, digging through the static for the truth untold. From pyramids on Mars to sounds in the night, he's chasing after whispers just beyond the light. Tinfoil hat, nah, it's a crown for the bold. Turn the dial up, these tales don't grow old.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dayvid Don't Know. I'm David, host of the show, and I have a star in the making. Let me just say that. So I just did a show with Askia, the Boogeyman booker, and it's called the HORRORble Podcast. And I have to tell you guys, man, the most fun I think I've ever had. I've done hundreds of podcasts. I've guest spot on hundreds of podcasts. This was my favorite because not only was it outdoors in the woods at night, but there was a fire and skulls. There is an ambulance behind me. You're going to see it here in a second. So let me welcome my buddy, Ski. Welcome, my friend.
Man? What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing great, man. Damn, it's good to see you, man.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
I always
sir.
applaud my guests.
Yeah.
Yep. See, there's the ambulance right there, guys. Check it out.
Back here. We're just outside in the middle of the woods having a conversation with David once again.
Yeah.
I'm actually sitting in the spot you were sitting in when I interviewed you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is, I love it, dude. What's funny, I got to tell you, because this is what I thought. I saw the ambulance the first time I saw your show, but I didn't think it was an ambulance. I thought it was a trailer home.
A trailer
and I was
home?
like, yeah. I was like, Ski lives in a trailer home back there, dude.
Nah,
and he just he just comes out of his trailer home and shoots right there in the yard, man.
Nah. That wouldn't be a bad idea though. Might save me some money if I do that.
I'll tell you what, driving to your place was spooky, bro.
Man,
it was spooky.
I tell people all the time, like, I warn people, like, hey, especially women. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we have a woman guest and she's coming by herself or she's coming with a friend, I tell them all the time, like, you're gonna be on a street that's about a mile long with no street lights, and it may get a little creepy, but you're gonna be safe once you're here. So
I got up to the place to turn, right? There's, first of all, it's one road that way, one road this way, right?
yeah.
Then I say, okay, do I go right or do I go left? I remember texting you, where do I go, man?
Yeah.
And I was already going the wrong way, and you're like, no, go the other way. It's like, okay, so I went the other way, and then I saw like there's like addresses through these roads. There's like one road, that's the address, another road, and then another road, and then there was like these skeletons or something. I was like, where am I? Where am I going?
Those mannequins sitting down. Yeah, yep. They're kind of creepy. They creep me out my first month here too, man.
So you didn't put him there? Because I was like, for sure that you put him there.
Nah, I think the person that I'm closest to, my neighbor, they already had them up, and they'll like dress them up for Christmas and all type of different holidays. But it's definitely creepy at night when your headlights are on those mannequins for sure.
Man, that was awesome, man. We'll go more into it. I have a spooky story. I'm gonna share. It's a paranormal story.
Yes, sir.
This one, so everyone knows that I'm a rideshare driver, and basically when I pick someone up, if I feel like if the vibe is right, I'll ask them if they have a paranormal story to share. This lady had one. This lady had a weird one, man. So I call this the mimic story.
Okay.
So she says she was like I guess she was in her 30s. She says when she was 12, she was home alone with her older sister, I guess, and her mom was out of town. And so they were expecting her home a certain time, right? And it was like, okay. So apparently what happened was there's a knock at the door, and she could hear her mom saying, like, asking for help, like, help, I got some stuff to bring in, or something like that. So so they don't respond. This is what's hilarious. They don't respond right away. The dog upstairs, they're all upstairs. The dog goes downstairs because she heard the dog heard the knocking, and then they could still hear a voice or something. Well, the dog runs back upstairs and is kind of spooked, right? So they figure, well, we better go help mom out. On the way down, there's a call. They get a call, and it turns out the mom was still at the airport. She hadn't even made it yet. And they said, we heard this person saying, hey, it sounded just like their mom. On the other side of the door, hey, let me in. I'm stuck out here. Let me in. Door, the knob shaking or whatnot. Yeah. And they said they did not let her in. And whatever that was, it left. And the dog never went back downstairs until her mom showed up later that night.
The thing about that, the most terrifying is the dog. Yeah. Because when dogs are way more sensitive to the other side than we are.
Absolutely,
if they can sense the danger and the dog is scared, you got something to worry about.
Do you have dogs?
No, I don't. Not here. Not at this house. I do back in LA. I have one big dog. Yeah.
You're from LA, right?
Yes, sir. I am.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've had dogs pretty much most of my life. I remember my first house where I lived with my now ex-wife. We had a dog named Sydney. She was about, oh my God, she was like a half pit, half German Shepherd. Sweetest dog, man. Sweetest.
That's a crazy mix.
It's a weird mix, but she looked more German Shepherd than anything else, and very intelligent dog. Well, one day, this is after I'm living there by myself at the house. One day, and I had these, like, this house had these high ceilings, like 22-foot ceilings, right? Mm-hmm. One day we're sitting on the couch, and she gets off the couch, and she, like, the TV was right in front of us. She goes and runs to the right of the TV, and then she's looking up on the wall. And I'm like looking at what she's looking at. I'm like, there's nothing there. It's just wall, dude. What are you doing? And then she goes, bro, just like that. One little bark. And she was fixated on whatever that was up there. for like 10
something
straight
came
minutes.
to visit you.
Yeah, dude, something was there up on the wall. I'll never forget that. That was kind of a cool thing. And then it went away.
Cats and dogs is crazy. Cats and dogs sense everything.
But that apparently was a mimic, which is kind of a thing in the paranormal. It's have you ever heard of that?
Definitely a thing. There's numerous stories, like especially on TikTok. Like I've seen a whole bunch on Instagram too, where literally imagine being in an apartment. You know, they had to go downstairs to check. Imagine being in a small, 1,000-foot square or 1,000 square foot apartment building, and you got the bathroom and somebody's calling your name from the bathroom. You know how scared you would be? And no one's supposed to be there?
Forget that. There should be a mimic horror movie, dude. That would be killer. There
may be, but nowadays it's so hard for people to do horror movies right and actually stick it. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully somebody can get something right.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I got a friend of mine. He used to be the producer of this show. He is trying to make a movie right now. He's from Maine. His name's Kevin. And he's trying to make like a found footage movie about paranormal investigators in this house that's like haunted. And he's actually going to try and shoot it in an actual haunted house, which is freaking cool, man.
That's dope. Dope. Don't be surprised if he gets something more than he asked for.
Man, so you're from LA, man. What was that like growing up in LA?
I grew up. My brother, my sister, my mom, they're a lot older than me. Sister's about 7 years. My brother's about 9 years older than me. Just growing up playing basketball, playing sports, trying to stay out of trouble. I come from a very troubled background as far as my surroundings are concerned. And between my dad and my uncles, they were heavy in the streets and, just hustling. And growing up around that, you see a lot of people in and out of jail. Yeah. And, you see things you probably shouldn't see as a kid, but when you have a good foundation and your parents are on your ass and they are hard on you, I think it makes you even stronger and you realize what is possible to overcome. And, I'm here now, man. It's just, one of those things where you look back and you're grateful for all those experiences, whether they were negative or positive. Yeah. Because you learn from them and they make you tougher, they make you stronger. And shout out to my mom, man. She did a hell of a job with, taking care of me and the kids, man. So shout out to her. Yeah, man. Definitely. I saw a picture of her and your coach from Colorado, I think it was. Yep, I know exactly what picture you're talking about.
Good looking woman, man. Let me just say that, if you don't mind me saying it.
Nah, no problem, man. I don't take offense to that. I think she would be flattered if she was to hear it. So. Yeah.
I was like, wow. At first I thought it was like a cheerleader lady or something like, with the coach, but it was your mom. I was like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, my mom, she works out. She goes on her walks. She goes on her mile walks every day, and she got a dog that keeps her keeps her healthy. So
that's good. Yeah, the big dog you're talking about
too.
Yeah.
Nah, that dog actually. My mom actually lives in Austin. Not too far from where we shot. And,
nice.
Yeah, she has a big German Shepherd, 100-pound dog. Smart as a human being, man.
Oh my God, those are smart freak. I used to have one when I was a kid. Genius dogs, man. They're very smart. So you're an actual former pro basketball player, right?
Yeah, correct.
And I watched a video of you today that blew my mind, dude. And I'm just gonna lay it out. It was like a minute long. Yeah. Very end of the game, Kansas, Colorado. Am I right? It was those two. 72-72, right? Uh-huh. They throw the ball in, and I guess it hits the dude's leg. It goes back out.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then he gets it again. He throws it to you. You do this is what I love, man. You do a Euro step into a shot, a 3-pointer, because you faked that dude out. I don't know where he went, but he was not in your face at all. Yeah. You Euro step and shot, and it went in. And dude, the people went insane in that stadium, man. What was that like, bro?
I can't even tell you. It was the most. It had to be the most electrifying feeling that I've ever felt while playing basketball. Um, and I'll give you a little history just on that game. Like I'm pretty sure my school, Colorado, had played Kansas for like 19 years straight and hadn't beat them. They had never beat them, never, like in history or something like it's something crazy. It's like 19 years straight.
Wow.
So on the inbounds pass, actually, the play was not originally for me.
Uh-huh.
But being the hard-headed person that I was at the time, I told the person that's inbounding, don't pass it to anybody else but me.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, so like people didn't see that, but Xavier Johnson, shout out to him. He knows that I came up to him telling him, like, I want the ball. Like, pass me the ball. So shout out to him, and he gave it to me, and the rest was history. And that shot kind of just put it over the top to where people knew, like, okay, this team is very serious that year. Because that team had, NBA stars. We're talking about Joel Embiid, Andrew Wiggins. Their point guard went to the NBA that year. Yeah,
no, they were on your team?
No, the team we beat. Kansas had these players.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So it was like a statement game. And we made a lot of noise that year. And that was just something that I'll probably never forget.
Well, dude, after you made the shot, right?
Yeah.
The crowd went freaking wild. And then it shot out to, like, the camera went way on the top looking down, right? I see this old man losing his mind, and there's a whole bunch of people. And then they shot back down, and then there was, like, everyone charged to court. Were you on the bottom of that pile, dude?
Yes. I've never been asked this question when it comes to, doing an interview about it. Yes. Wow. I was – this is the scary part.
Oh,
I was actually injured because of that.
No. Are you serious?
I had my ankle stepped on. And it was so bad the next day. And my coach was like, we could never let that happen again because you're too valuable to the team. And so it was, I still don't regret it. Like, fuck it. The people had an amazing time. They everybody came out to support. The arena was packed.
Yeah.
But it is dangerous when you got people, you got athletes that you need to keep healthy, and you're just running in. You got 1,000 people on the court,
Man, I was like, is he in the bottom? Because when they showed it, there were a lot of people on top, and there was a dude trying to push people out. And I was like, what the hell, bro?
Yeah.
Damn. And was Coach, obviously Coach was happy he made the shot. Right. But it wasn't for you. Did he have anything to say about it afterwards?
Nah, hell no. Because the thing about it was, it was two options. It was one for Spencer Dinwiddie. Shout out to him. He played more than a few years in the NBA.
Nice.
Which was one of my best friends at the time when it comes to basketball. The play was originally for him. But if he couldn't get the ball, the play was for me. And Spencer was playing out of his mind that game. So, it didn't really matter who got the ball. We just wanted to win. And I think in any scenario, Spencer would tell you the same. He would trust me as much as I trusted him to take that last shot. So,
that was a hell of a Euro step. Oh, my God. And you did that 1, 2.
Yeah. Off one leg, too.
Oh, man. That was awesome, dude.
One leg, yep.
Freaking awesome. So, after your college year, you went to the NBA?
No, that's actually not how it happened. I had a rough time, man. A really, really rough time. I went to Greece.
Oh shit. Okay.
I went to Greece and had a shit job there, shit time. A very bad situation as far as like they weren't paying people.
Basketball wise?
Yeah, like they were holding people's money.
What the hell?
My brother and I had to basically throw on. I'm just using this as a hypothetical or analogy kind of, but throw on a black mask and
go get paid,
hold some people accountable, and get paid and get out of there. And
damn, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, after that, I went to the NBA G League, which is like their B level, right? And worked my way up. And I had got 2 different contracts over a period of time with the Phoenix Suns and the Philadelphia 76ers, and got hurt literally the day before both.
Oh.
I had a back spasms, and I had a sports hernia that I had to have surgery on. Yeah.
Really?
So I literally had the contract signed, got hurt. It was just like the luck of it was just so bad. But I think it all worked out the way it was supposed to. After that, I went to Spain, played about 3 years in Spain, had an excellent career over there. And then after that, I went to China for the last 5 years of my career. And that was another experience, man. China is an amazing place, but I don't recommend it to live.
Really?
Yeah, not for living though.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've been watching Askia highlights all afternoon, bro. And I got to say, you were extremely talented, dude. I kept seeing
Thank you, man.
Pieces of AI. You know what I'm saying? I kept seeing the way you would move, the way how fast you were fast, dude. You were fast.
Yeah.
Holy crap. And then there was like, you have like I want to say like a Kobe mentality. It was like I could see like what was like the Mamba.
Yeah, killer instinct.
Yes,
Killer
you had that, dude. You would lose the ball for a second, and then I saw one where you had the ball, you were driving, you lost it, and then you grabbed it, and somehow the defender wasn't prepared. You just laid it up like nothing, like nothing.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like,
I mean, with something like basketball, and it's crazy because now I kind of mesh the mentality to podcasting, which is kind of crazy, but the preparation, you know what I'm saying? That the time and effort that I put into the sport, I now put into the podcast. And we're talking about not just per interview, but, you know, per setup, like how I wanted it to look, how I wanted it to feel, how I wanted my guests to be comfortable. Them arriving in a dark, spooky woods, all these things took preparation for years to think about, to figure it out, to find the correct place. So basketball taught me a lot, man. And it gave me, I say the biggest thing basketball gave me over a period of time was understanding how important discipline is. The discipline is, if you can be disciplined, you will outperform 95% of the world.
That's a profound statement right there, my friend. That also reminds me, I saw another video where you're working out, and it was like super early in the morning, and you're like saying like, I don't know if it was, I think it was the other guy that you were working out with, and he was like, yeah, we don't even talk to each other, we just go and do it, and you were there doing in the sand. That's your brother?
That's my brother. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yep. Shout out to Renee. Yeah, that's my brother.
Nice.
Dude.
Renee Booker.
Renee, he actually has a different dad. So Renee Johnson. All right. Yes, sir. But Renee would tell you better than anybody, man. It's weird that I'm doing podcasting now because I've always been in the shadows for the most part. Like, I would stay off social media. Just wasn't a big thing for me. And it was more so keep your head down and just work and do everything in the shadows. And when the lights come on, shine. You know?
Well, dude, I was like, I found when I met you, I was like, this guy and I are similar because I'm same, pretty much in the shadow, introvert. I don't really, right? And then I started to do this, and it was like, I freaking love this. This is fun. I enjoy it, and
I enjoy it too, bro. For
sure.
100%.
Dude, you had some guests on your show, like this one dude that had all these things on his face and different color and stuff. I was like, wow, that is amazing. Vampires and Satanists and dude.
Yeah, and it's growing, man.
The look of your show is one of the best I've ever seen. And like I said, probably my favorite show to be on. I really, really enjoyed it. I love how you started before we even started talking about anything. You're like, I need to tell you about this little boy that might appear back behind us. Yep. I was like, what? And then the weirdest thing, dude, is you start saying, so there's a guy also, you pointed to the front. There's a guy that he sings and he does, it's real loud. So and as soon as you said that, I heard someone screaming out there, dude.
It is out here. Like, I'm out here by myself right now. I don't have nobody here with me. And who knows what may happen. You know, it might be somebody singing. It might be a girl back here.
We might get Bigfoot. We might get Bigfoot. You never know.
Might make an appearance this episode. What else you got for me, David? Technical difficulties, y'all. They happen. And speaking about that, while David's doing that, we had remember the whole light fail, David? In the middle of my show? We had it's all right. We got technical difficulties out here. There's no problem. These things happen, y'all. I can't hear you, David.
How about now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Remember when we were on your show and we're just chopping it up and the wind is just going nuts and the light almost got burned on fire because it landed right on
fire. Yep.
That was the craziest thing ever, man. That was freaking wild. I was
so happy that we kept that shit in the episode. I made sure that I was like, I want that in there because that is the raw footage that shows you all the mistakes that may happen.
Yeah,
I love that, man. I love
people
it. You can't fake that.
I've heard more than one people said something about it. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you another thing I was very proud about is the comment. First of all, you said 59,000 views.
It's at 59,000 views right now. Yep.
And I gotta thank you, man, because you gave me like 1,000 subscribers just from your show alone. That's amazing,
hey,
bro.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I don't really think that's not me. I think people found what you said, you know, talking about yourself and your experiences and what you believe and your conspiracies and all that stuff. I think that's what drew them. It didn't have much to do with me. It's just a platform for me, but you did the work, you did the effort, you did your homework, you came prepared.
You and I together, man, I was just having a good old time, bro. That was fun. And I was kind of touched that there were more than a few people that said like, hey, bring him back. I think he should go back on the show. And I was like, keep telling him that, guys. Keep telling him
Did you see my comment to somebody who said that?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like, I can see it.
We can have you can see David coming back whenever.
Yeah.
I like that, bro.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
Because I know between you and I, the way, and it's like how I said before the podcast even started, or at the beginning of the rolling, it was where I made it clear that we're not, experts.
Right.
We're just two guys in the middle of the woods having a conversation.
Right.
Which makes it unlimited. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a limit of things that we can talk about, which could be such, good footage for you and I to put out to the world for people to see and listen to. So I know you and I can come up with some great topics and keep it rolling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I can't even tell you how many times I had a great time on that show, bro. I was like, this is awesome, man. And I want to eventually one day, if I grow big enough, have something not outside because, I'm more of an indoors dude. Yeah. But the vibe that you have, the feel, the color, the lights, just like my lights back here, dude, perfect. Yeah. You know what's really cool is when we're done and I was walking by myself back to to my car.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, it looks like someone's looking at me from the house, man. Someone's out there looking at me. Yeah. And I was like, well, what the hell is this? And I get close and there's like all the like icons of horror staring at me.
Yep. 6 foot tall icons in the living room, man.
I was like, oh, maybe that's his mom or something. I was like, no, it was not. It was not his mom. And I made a video because I was wearing those glasses. I made a video and I put it on my subscribers on Instagram, so they got to see. Pretty cool, man. Your house is awesome, bro. The whole setup is awesome.
Thank you.
Askia the Boogeyman Booker. How did you get the Boogeyman moniker?
Oh man, it's a long story, or not that long, but
dude, we got time.
It happened when. Okay, so I had shout out to my cousins, DeLeon, aka Day Day, and DeMarco. They lived on 84th and Hooper in California. It's like almost, it's in a very bad neighborhood, I would say.
Okay.
Gang affiliated neighborhood. And I used to go over there all the time. And to remind you, we're, outside fucking around, playing around as kids. And there was a guy that lived a few houses down named Eric. Eric was a Hispanic guy, much older. And he hung out, people at that house that were older, their parents, they would hang out outside, have kickbacks, grab a beer, chill out in front of on the lawn. So he was one of those guys that would come over all the time and hang out. And, I had to introduce myself at the time because I didn't know these people. So, over a few years, you get a sense of who everybody is, everybody's, identity or how they carry themselves.
Yeah.
And I wasn't always the best kid when it comes to doing crazy stuff. So that name was given by Eric, who's like, that little kid is a boogeyman. Which I'm going to lead into a crazier story of how that name blew up for me.
Okay.
So I got that name as a kid, kind of teenager. And one day, this was years down the line, I was already a professional basketball player at the time. And my brother wanted me to play in a league called the Drew League in Los Angeles, California. The Drew League is like it's a league where all the NBA players and overseas guys come play and compete and basically put on a show for people in the community.
Oh, cool.
And it's like a very big thing in Los Angeles where, you got like LeBron played in it, DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, like all these people played in it. That's how big it is. It's a big deal. Kobe played in it. So my first year, people were telling me that I wouldn't be able to do what I was doing professionally in this league. My brother heard about it. My brother calls me one day. He's like, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you're playing in this league. He was like, everybody's talking too much shit. So I was like, all right. I said, just who am I playing with? So I ended up playing with the good friend Nick Young, played for the Lakers. Shout out to Nick Young. He let me play on the team. He let me be myself.
Wow.
I ended up basically winning the championship the first year, averaged 30 points a game.
Whoa.
But the way that the Boogeyman name blew up was the first few games I hit like 2 game winners back to back. And the commentator of the place, because we have like a live commentator that'll announce the games and talk shit, he'll just do whatever he does. We're in the middle of the hood, so they're just commentating the game, talking shit.
Really?
It was Eric, the guy that gave me the name when I was young. That was who it was. So he just started saying, the Boogeyman has the ball. The Boogeyman. It started out as just the name. Then the DJ that was there would play the Michael Myers theme music as I would get the ball. So it became this big thing, like the Boogeyman is here, the Boogeyman. And everybody ran with it. And so shout out to Eric, man. Eric is the one that gave me that name officially.
That's cool, man.
Since a teenager. And then as I got older, it kind of blew up due to the fact that it was put on display at a very high level, I would say. And I've never looked back, and I've kept the nickname since.
That's awesome, dude. I love that story, man.
Yeah.
I love the Hispanic man give you that name. I love it. I love it. My nickname or my moniker, I used to do this other podcast before I did this one. That's actually how I got my chops, was learning how to do it, was on this podcast called 1-0 with Amanda Goodwin, my friend. Okay. And it's about, that podcast is about animal attacks, bizarre deaths and true crime. And so every episode, someone's dead, right? So we're talking about. So I said, "Hey, man, your nickname should be the Duchess of Death." So that's her nickname now. And she called me, like she gave me one. She goes, "You're the Duke of Darkness."
The Duke of.
I love it.
That's what we should have introduced you at.
Yeah, the next time, the Duke of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, man. So, speaking of that, am I correct? Because I was like trying to tell, your right arm has Mike Myers on it. Yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yes,
nice,
sir.
dude.
It says nightmares comes true. Yeah.
Very nice,
Yes,
dude.
sir.
And
Thank
then
you.
I also saw another one that was on your leg. It said something about quiet something.
Yeah, it says Dead Silence.
Dead Silence. And who is that on it?
That's a movie. It's a movie called Dead Silence, but the character's name I think is Billy, if I'm not mistaken. And he's basically holding up like the symbol. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is how he was before he got into this. Exactly. He was quiet because it was like 2 times he already said it. You don't talk much when you're working out, even though your brother's there with you with the medicine ball and all this. And then, I saw that other clip and I was like, oh, okay. I'm beginning to understand what he's all about, man. That's cool. And how did you make that leap from that guy to hosting the HORRORble Podcast, bro?
Man, I still ask myself this question, and I slowly get the answer, I think, and I'm making sense of it as I grow as a adult and just as a man in general. But I'm 99% sure it comes from living in different countries, having different experiences, communicating with different races, different genders, and also having grown up with my mother and my father, my uncles. Everybody taught me that respect was very big. So every time that I speak to somebody, it doesn't matter who it is going to be respectful. It's going to be from my heart. It's going to be honest. And I think all of those traits have made the transition easier for me. And also like performing on big stages, because, when you were here, you seen there's lights and there's cameras, and that's not easy for everybody to just, when the lights turn on, even to be yourself, it's not easy for a lot of people. But I think I've had enough preparation over the years to understand that when the lights kick on, it's game time pretty much. Yeah. So the transition was definitely like, if you watch my first, 5 videos, I've definitely got so much better from then to where I am now, and there's a lot of things that I had to change where I would catch myself. I would watch the game film of my first interview, and I'd be like, I ain't doing that no more. I'm not doing that. Okay, change this, do this more,
Right.
And it's once again the preparation we talked about. You know what I'm saying? It's prepared. Are you going to watch yourself? Are you going to listen to yourself? Are you saying some things too much?
Yeah.
And I think from the preparation, going back and doing the homework, watching, the old interviews and figuring out how I could get better, it's made me a better interviewer, for the interviewee. And I think also, man, just being confident as a man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's just a convo, bro. Like, that's,
right.
At the end of the day, it's a convo, and it's nothing to put on it that doesn't need to be put on it. It's not bigger than what it is. It's a conversation at the end of the day. Be yourself. And like I told you before the camera, like, I want you to be yourself. Don't hold back.
Right.
Don't suppress shit. Like, be you. Because as long as you're comfortable with the public seeing that, I'm good with it.
Right.
Right.
So it's funny that just saying those words, be yourself, is to some people they can't really process that. But it's how you do things like this. You just, because if you're being someone else that you're not, that's going to be a problem and it's going to catch up to you. But I can say this, man, you did a fantastic freaking job. I would have thought you were doing this for years, not since October. That freaked me out when you said, "Yeah, I just started in October." I was like, "What?
Yeah,
really?"
I mean,
That's crazy.
October 1st of 2025 was our first released episode. So I might have shot that episode in like September, mid-September, something like that. But yeah, I just think, man, my experience of being around people and not making it more difficult than what it needed to be. And shout out to my first, I want to say that on this especially,
Yeah.
but shout out to the first guy that I interviewed, Tony Buck. He's a guy, special effects artist based out of Arkansas. And
Oh,
he he took a leap of faith, man. He drove all the way down here from Arkansas.
wow.
Like bro, he blessed me with an interview, and definitely want to have him back on my show. But he made the transition easy. And let me tell you, the first interview that I did with him, there was a big group that was with him.
Oh yeah.
I had like my brother come out, his son. He came with like 4 different people. We had my people, the Jake, Ingram, the guys that produced the show. It
Yeah,
was like a
Ingram.
big ass crowd for my first interview.
Oh wow.
And for our interview, it was me, you, and
Ingram. Yeah.
And Ingram. So
Shout out to Ingram, man.
that like made me battle tested for everything else. Like
Nice.
I could do this when a show is on, in front of 20 eyes, and I can do it when it's just 6 eyes here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that was like the greatest test for the opener, where it's like, okay, you can do this, and it was a confidence booster.
Very good, man. That's awesome,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah, it took like my first episode. I was nervous, but for whatever reason, like for your show, when I was driving out there, I was freaking out just getting there. And then this is a whole other platform. But when the lights came on and it was time to go, I felt comfortable. And that's a talent that not many hosts have, man. Like I always shout out my boy Tommy Cullum from Let's Get Freaky podcast. He's in the UK.
Yep.
He was the second podcast I ever did, like years ago, and he had this really unique knack of making you feel relaxed, comfortable, and you have that same knack. It was like I was home. That's what it felt like.
Yep.
I was just ready to talk. Let's talk.
Yep.
Let's get into it, man. So yeah, dude. My first interview was with the host of the show I was co-hosting.
Mm-hmm.
And that went well. And then the producer of the show was the second one. And I just got into a groove, man. And it was just like you say, game film. It's brilliant how you used basketball in this because that's what you're doing. Like I would look at my episodes. I'm like, oh my God. Like even in your episode, I felt I was saying too many of the same words. And I was like, I gotta cut that out, man. But
that is, going back and watching it, I think is always good for somebody that's going to do it consistently.
Yeah.
Is you're going to catch these little things that you do that may irk the fuck out of you. You're like, don't do that no more. And it's crazy because I've had these conversations where my producer, he'll tell me like, hey, stop doing this. And
oh, really?
Yeah, he'll tell me like, hey, stop doing this. And he'll tell me this. He'll be like, it's going to be very hard for you to stop. But what he doesn't realize, and I've told him plenty of times, I was like, when you tell me something, it's done. You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah.
The next episode, he's like, how'd you change that so fast?
So quickly, yeah.
And I'm like, I just listened and applied. Like, if for some reason I have that ability, and I think that's due to, basketball, where you have to, when a coach says something, you have to do it on the fly. You have to figure it out.
It's discipline, man.
Ultimate listen and discipline. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great, dude.
Yep.
So like I remember when I first saw the show, like it came across my Instagram feed.
Yeah.
I was mesmerized by it. And the name, caught me, like, because you the first thing you hear, HORRORble, is like the worst podcast or the HORRORble podcast, right? And I'm glad you made the horror like capital letters, right? And then bull or whatever. That was like, oh, this dude loves horror, and you do, don't you? You love it.
I do. I love it, bro. I actually want to tell you how that shit came about.
Tell me, man.
The name is hilarious because we had a meeting about the podcast before it even got started. And I didn't have this name picked out right away. And I think originally we had like Boogeyman Broadcast.
Oh.
Or something like that. And it wasn't sitting with me. I was just like, it's corny. That's how I felt. Like for me personally, to represent me, I was like, it's corny. It's not different. It's not catchy. There's nothing to it. So Jake, my producer, he was like, look, it was like 4 more days. It was like by this weekend, by Sunday night, you need to have another name picked out if you're going to change it. Man, Sunday morning comes and I don't have a name, right? Yeah. So the one person I know that I can brainstorm off of the most is my brother. And when I say if we get in the same room and you tell us to figure something out, it's over. We're going to figure it out.
Cool.
And we talked maybe for like 2 hours, and I started coming up with like campfire names. It was like all these different names I was just throwing out. And I was like, I need something with horror. My brother was like, HORRORble? And I was like, it? HORRORble? Horror? I was like, but spell it HORROR? He's like, that's it. And I was like, the HORRORble Podcast. I was like, all right, we're going to run with that. That is catchy. And I don't think people are going to, once they see it, they're going to be like, oh, okay, the HORRORble Podcast. So it's one of those things, like if I go out, I'm going to need a shirt to tell people the HORRORble Podcast, because they probably won't get it on the first try, but I think it's a unique name, man. And
it's genius, dude. It's genius.
Yeah.
It is great. And then you pair that with the aesthetic that you provide.
Yes.
You know, and you're there podcasts are like this, right? You're on your phone, I'm on my thing, we're talking, but you're right there with the guests. Face to face, chairs kind of askew, you know, and it is, you take in your surroundings and it takes it all to another level, man. I love it, dude. I can't get enough of that.
So I'm actually put this out here on your show because I've never put it on mine.
Okay.
But the immersive experience that you're talking about, right? I want guests or my subscribers to understand what it's like, right? And eventually, I don't know when, so don't hold me to a date or a time frame, but eventually I want to do a live audience.
Ooh,
in the woods. Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, I'll go to that. I'll be there.
So I definitely want to do that. I haven't got everything figured out yet, but I'm in the process of working on it. I think maybe I was thinking about like, hey, I get to 50,000 subs and then we do, RSVP for like 30 people.
Dude, you're not that far off. You're not that far off. You may need to put it to 60.
Maybe, but I think there's something that I want to do for the people that have shown the love and the support, of the channel, and really let them see what it's like here. So they have an idea when they go back home and they're like, bro, you won't even imagine how, what it feels like to be in the middle of the woods. And
I'm telling you, I'm getting antsy just thinking about it. I'm telling you, man, that thing was so freaking cool. Yeah. You got to do that. That's genius. That's genius.
We may even, maybe me and you do something and we have half of your subscribers come and mine.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out or something.
Dude, I would be down for that.
Idea. Yeah.
Man. Yep. I love it, man. I am so impressed. The whole thing. Man. Chef's kiss, my bro. Love it.
What else you got for me?
I got a question, and I'm sure you know the answer to this question. I want to bring it up real quick. Your name is unique. Let me just say that. Your name is unique. Do you know the meaning of your name?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he does. That's right.
Strong.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know where it comes from? Trying to find
Africa.
it here. Yes.
Africa. Yes, sir. It's African.
It is. If I can get my stuff to go. Man, I got a lot of pictures of you here. So it is. I just loved it because I was like, I got to know what it means. Mm-hmm. The name Askia is of Arabic African origin, primarily meaning the one who is wise or the one who is strong. In some cases, it's both.
Yes, sir.
And it historically synonymous with leadership and authority. And it was a title adopted by Askia Muhammad I of the, I'm going to mess this up, Songhai Empire. It symbolizes power, historical leadership, and intellectual growth. That's freaking awesome, dude. Have you ever run across another Askia at all?
In person, no. I've had other Askias reach out to me online. And guess where they all are?
Where, Africa?
Somewhere in Africa.
Oh, okay.
They've all been like, hey, Askia.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, but like, I've never met one in the U.S., you know, and I've never had somebody ever tell me like, hey, I knew another Askia. So it's,
was that from your mom?
I think my dad, my dad.
I'm surprised.
My dad has a strange name. My uncle has a different name. They all got different names. So it's, I think they kept it in the family.
That's awesome. I really love that name, dude.
Yeah.
Very freaking cool, man.
Thank you.
So, what do you got next, man? Who's your next guest, if you don't mind me asking?
It may be somebody you know, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Her name is Donna. She is a paranormal therapist.
Oh, snap. No, I don't think I know a paranormal therapist. That's awesome.
So she basically is, and I don't want to mess this up too bad, but basically she kind of figured out how to, I guess, mix paranormal with like anxiety, PTSD, and these, I guess, how people's brains work. She's like a real therapist. So,
okay.
She has kind of figured that out, and I definitely want to see and learn more from her and see what the hell this is all about.
Wait, did you say Deborah?
Donna.
Donna. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. So, because I have a friend named Deborah, and she does something similar, but she's not like a therapist or anything. But she does work in that kind of thing. Okay. Cool, man. So, Ski, you mentioned the last time we spoke that you've had some paranormal experiences, and I am very curious. Very curious.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
All right, I'm gonna give you a pick.
Okay.
We start with picking a friend up from a party. We start with Colorado basketball locker room.
Oh, okay.
Or we start with my grandma's house. One of those three.
Let's go back to grandma's house.
Okay,
let's start with that.
This is pretty much the craziest one.
Oh, okay, sweet.
All right, so this one hits deep because I love my grandma so much, and seeing her is it brought tears to my eyes. So I used to procrastinate a lot in high school when it came to projects, right? I didn't really like school, but I would get the work done. So one night I had a project due the next day, and I stayed up all night just trying to cram everything in, figure it out. And my mom, at the time, I was living with my mom, and we had moved into the house that my grandmother passed away in. In 2008, that's when my grandmother passed away. We moved in about maybe 6 months later, and remind you, I didn't want to move into a house that someone passed away in.
Right.
I just was like, nah, I don't like that feeling. I don't want to do that. And my mom pretty much convinced me that it was your grandmother. It's not like it was some old random lady. You know, your grandmother would never harm you, whatever. Convinced me, but really I didn't have a choice, because where the hell was I going to live at 15, 16 years old, right?
Right, yeah.
So we move in, and remind you, before my grandmother even passed away, my sister would say the same thing. Like, this was a house where you would hear footsteps at night. You would hear things move. It was very creepy.
Mhm.
And my grandmother, she was one of those ladies that would walk around in the dark, slippers and a robe, and just walk
Really?
around in the dark at night. Like, nothing would bother her. And it used to creep us out as kids. And I guess that was the part of the reason why I didn't want to move in there. So my grandmother passed away. We move in, doing this project. It's late. It's between 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning.
Hmm.
My mother cuts out all the lights in the house. I'm in a computer room. It's like this small little room that we had closer to the living room. And there's a computer in there and there's a light in there. And I finished my project. My mother's sleeping already. And I got my books in one hand. I got my project in the other. And I got headphones in.
Hmm.
And I'm playing blasting music. And when you come out the computer room, the only lights in the house that you can see are through the living room blinds from the street lights outside.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there are no physical lights on in the house, but the little lights coming through the blinds is what you can see and navigate your way through the darkness to get to the room. So remind you, I got the headphones blasting and my hands are full. And I have to come out the room and I have to make a right to go down this small hallway. But before you go to the hallway, in the right corner, we have a 6-foot mirror that my mom used to have there. And for whatever reason, something told me to stop. When I stopped, I got the coldest chill that you could imagine. I'm talking about all the hair on my body stood up.
Oh, fuck.
And I felt extremely cold, like the temperature just dropped.
Yeah.
And something tells me, look at the mirror. I look at the mirror, my grandmother is standing there with the biggest smile on her face. And I'm talking about not like see-through, I'm talking about it looked just like her, full body apparition.
Yeah.
Smile on her face, looking me dead in my eyes. This is how you know, and anybody that's around me will tell you, I will walk in the darkest room in the middle. I will go anywhere with no fear in my heart.
Hmm.
This is how you know I was scared. I dropped my project,
Oh no.
my books, and I screamed one word at the top of my lungs, and that word was fuck. I screamed it, right? And my mom like runs out the bedroom. She thinks like somebody broke in the house.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't, not that I can't, but I just wasn't talking. I couldn't get the words out. And
you're freaked out, man.
I'm freaked out.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm in shock at this point.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
my mom is like shaking me, like, what happened? What happened? And I start crying. Not like sobbing, but just tears falling, because when my grandmother passed, I took it very hard.
Yeah.
And this is how I knew it was real. So I'm just crying. And my mother's like screaming at this point, like, Askia, what the fuck has happened? Like, what happened? And I finally am able to say the words. And I told her, I was like, I seen Granny. And my mother was like a relief, right? Like, okay, nobody broke in, cool.
Yeah.
But my mom tells me, she says, I want to tell you something that I've never told you before. She says, I've seen her before too. I just didn't want to tell you to freak you out.
Ski?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, where'd you lose me?
You said your mother was about to tell you something.
Okay, got you. So my mother, she was like, I want to tell you something that I haven't told you before. And she was like, I seen your grandmother before too. And she was like, I just never wanted to scare you. She's like, so I kept it to myself.
Wow.
This is the scary part. Remind you, I told you it was between 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah.
that I seen her. My grandmother passed away somewhere between 3 and 4 a.m.
Oh, wow, dude.
So my mom's like, hey, just go to your room, close the door, and have a conversation with her. And when I tell you that conversation is hilarious, I I was telling my grandmother, don't do that shit no more. I was like pissed, but happy that I got to see her.
Yeah.
But after I told her, like, hey, like, I love you, you're welcomed here. Just don't show yourself like that no more. Especially if you're not real. Like, and thank God she never did it again. But it's crazy. My grandmother shows up all the time around me.
Really?
All the time. And this is the one way that I know. Her favorite number was 19.
Wow, that's an interesting number.
There was, like, I tell you now, my license plate, mind you, I didn't, no custom license plate, nothing. My license plate adds up to 19.
Oh, wow, dude.
Like, it's just, in all different ways, she'll pop up. That number will continuously pop up. Basically, like, you're good. Don't worry. I'm here.
So, question on that story, you dropped your project. Was it destroyed, or did you have to do it over again? Or
Nah, it wasn't like where I had to build anything, luckily.
Okay,
So
good. Okay.
it was like I just have to, I think, paste things, but nothing too major where it was destroyed.
Oh, okay.
So I was lucky that
It sounds to me like when she was just proud of you. She was just proud of you.
Yeah.
Smiling at you. It sounds
she was
awesome.
just checking up, man. She was just checking up on me, and she's just like, hey, like, I'm here if you need me. But Granny, I didn't need you, not physically.
that moment.
Not that moment.
And did she continue to show up for your mom? Like, would your mom see her again? And
so I don't think she showed up for my mom in an apparition form, but like my mom to this day, the number 19, it's the same thing. Consistently. Okay. It's the same thing for my mother. Like, my mom might be having a bad day and she'll see the number 19. And it's like, and some people may say, hey, that's just a coincidence. Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe not. So.
And so you say you see her, or you hear her, or she's with you like today. Like, in what way would you say that she shows up?
That's a deep conversation, because actually I had a meeting. I had just came back from New Orleans. Actually, I'm gonna tell this because I don't know if I told you. I didn't tell you about the New Orleans trip.
You were in New Orleans. I had called you to see if you got the hat I sent you.
Yes, sir.
And you're like, no, I'm not home yet. And then I'll be home tomorrow. I was like, oh, okay.
Exactly. Yep. So I was in New Orleans for 5 days, or almost 6 days, and we did 5 interviews in 5 days.
Okay.
And this upcoming month, we're gonna release those videos to do a New Orleans marathon.
Cool, man. So you did the same thing you're doing here, over there, like outside and everything? Oh, I can't wait for that.
It's going to be dope. It's going to be different. It's going to be dope. Have some great guests. But speaking about the New Orleans trip and why I'm bringing it up, about it all ties into my grandmother. So I think it was my 4th interview, if I'm not mistaken. It was a guy named Saint Elias, owns a voodoo shop. Does voodoo, hoodoo, and witchcraft.
Oh, shit.
And
does it all.
When I go into the shop, there is a outdoor area in the back that is separated from the actual shop, that has a door. It like opens up or closes, right? And we go into the back. I'm sitting back there. We're setting up. And Saint Elias comes out. We're talking a little bit. A black lady comes out the door, introduces herself. She does like tarot card reading, right?
Okay. Yeah.
She goes back into the shop. Caucasian female, white lady comes out. Something tells me, like, just say hi to her. So I say hi. And she says hi, she walks. And I'm like, you're not going to introduce yourself, right? Because the black lady introduced herself, the white lady didn't. So I was like, I was giving her a hard time, just joking.
Yeah.
And I was like, you going to introduce yourself or what? So she comes, shakes my hand. And she walks behind Saint Elias and like grabs some tea or something. And she comes right behind Saint Elias, and she's about to cross his path. And Saint Elias is talking to me. And Saint Elias was like, hold on, stop. Everybody kind of like freezes, right? And Saint Elias is like, has anybody told you that you have basically like an army behind you? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you have a bunch of spirits that are with you, that are protecting you, and they're super loud, right?
Whoa.
He was like, they want me to know that they are here with you. The white lady, she does tarot card reading as well. She stops. She's like, I thought I was the only one. She's like, they are loud. She's like, and they are making it known. Like, do not fuck with this kid. Like, he is protected, right?
Yeah.
So I know for a fact that one of those people is my grandmother. I'm gonna tell you how this story even gets crazier.
Oh shit, dude.
What was Sunday? So yesterday, I meet with a lady named LaRasha. LaRasha is she lives in Round Rock, right above Austin. And LaRasha has a psychic medium gift. And we're sitting down, we're talking, and she tells me the same exact thing. She said, you have people with you, and they are watching you at all times. She's like, this is why you are so protected.
Wow.
Listen to this. As we're talking, we're in a restaurant. We're in a southern food restaurant. Music's loud. There's a light over every table in there, right? The light, as soon as we start talking about this, the light flickers.
What?
It's going in and out, right? As soon as she talks about that. On top of that, you know how tables will have like they'll have like a brochure or something where it has like a special and it's like a card that's laminated. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a menu, but it's not a menu, but it's just like an advertisement thing.
Yeah.
Sitting on the table. That thing falls over.
Oh, shit.
This is all while she's bringing up the people watching you.
What?
And her and I just start busting out laughing. She's like, none of us can move the table. This thing had no reason to move. We've been here for 30 minutes.
And the light.
And it has the lights flicker. That thing falls over on its own. So
dude,
I know for a fact that my grandmother, and it may not just be her, she tells me there's a bunch of other people that are with me. So that could be another reason why I don't have a lot of fear to even just be out here in the middle of the night, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't think I have a lot to worry about, man, when it comes to the paranormal. Like, when you're protected and you have enough confidence and faith in yourself, I think that the bad entities, the demons, the demonic things, they will attack the people that are mentally weak. And I think when you can get yourself aligned properly and you have your head on your shoulders, most of the time those things will know not to cross that path or go too far with you. They might, turn on a light or something, or might hear some steps, but they won't go as far as attacking you or consuming you, or
was she able to like have a conversation with one of them, or did any of them tell her anything?
We had a lot of conversations.
Wow, dude.
And she answered some things. She told me some things that she would have never been able to know. And this is somebody I'm going to have on the show. I think sometime in June.
Okay.
We kind of scheduled it out to where after the New Orleans Marathon, she has a real gift, bro. Like a legit gift, to where she will have these cards that she wrote on them, right? And tell me if you've ever seen this, because I've never seen this before. And this is on YouTube as well. But she has these cards where she'll write throughout the day random thoughts that she was given. She'll write them out. And it might be 100 of them. And she'll throw them in a basket. And people will ask her things. And she'll just go in the cart. She'll throw them on the table. And all of them are accurate to what the person wanted to know.
Wow.
Like, I'm talking about down to the name. Like, that she wrote prior to even talking to the person.
That's amazing, dude.
It's scary, but I've seen it happen. It's real. It's something that I would endorse and put my dollar on it if I had to bet on it. So
wow.
She's somebody I definitely want to have on the show. She's very knowledgeable. But just going back to that conversation about my grandmother, I think I've been informed enough by people that can talk to the other side that she's definitely there.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Do you think they're always like, because the way it sounds is like they're always with you, but how is that? I guess time is not the same in the spirit world like it is here. I guess that would make the most sense to me.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, I met doing Down the Rabbit Hole, or starting it for the past 3.5, almost 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I have gotten a lot of messages from psychics or mediums or whatever, and most of them, I didn't really believe in that, and because and what would help that belief is that these people would get everything wrong. They wanted me eventually to pay, right? And they were like, "Let me read you. I'll give you," and they'll give me something. It's like that's not even remotely accurate. It's completely wrong. And then I met a friend of mine, and I'll have to share that story with you the next time I'm on your show. Yep. But she proved to me that there's a real, like, this is real, dude. It's real. It's crazy to me that not only did she astral project and find me, and I wasn't even here in San Antonio, I was in Virginia. She's in California, and she found me and pushed into my aura, saw some things, sent me the message, and she was absolutely correct on every one of them. And I spent 2 weeks trying to figure out what there's got to be an explanation. This is wrong.
Yeah,
I couldn't prove it.
That's crazy.
White Witch.
I'm gonna tell you, some, like you said, there's a lot of people that are gonna fake it till they make it, basically.
Right.
And they're gonna take advantage of people. But I think I've been fortunate enough to, do the podcast and to weed out some of the real ones,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you another story. You might have seen this lady if you watch the channel. A lady named Spooky Jen. She's the one on my Instagram where she has like the most viewed.
She's like, you have her pinned, right? Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So shout out to Spooky Jen. She does vampire tours, ghost tours in Galveston, Texas.
I actually talked to her today. That's crazy, dude.
That lady's amazing, bro. She's absolutely amazing. Yes.
Wow. It's weird.
A story about her that I haven't told many people, but this story gets crazier as we go on. So she reminds you, I had done one interview with her here on the set that we're at in Austin. And then I actually went to Galveston and shot another interview with her up there.
Nice.
And before that interview started, shout out to her husband as well, AJ. She's like, I wish I would have brought my tarot cards. I would have done a reading for you before we start the podcast. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, we'll do it next time when you get your cards. I'm sure we're gonna, see each other again.
Yeah.
And AJ's like, we're at a witch shop. And I'm like, yeah, but like, AJ, but you're gonna have to pay for those tarot cards. Like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
And AJ's like, no, something's telling me like you need it done. Right?
Shit.
So AJ goes to the front, buys these tarot cards, gives them to Jen. And Jen is telling me, she's like, usually you have to build a relationship with your cards. She's like, but I think whatever's coming through is strong enough to where this should work.
Wow.
Right? So she does her thing. She prepares the cards, whatever. She lays them out. I'm not going to tell you what they say.
Okay.
But I'm going to put it in another scenario so it all makes sense on why I'm bringing this up.
Okay.
What she says makes complete sense. All of it. I'm talking about from the past to now to the future. It all made sense what she's saying. And when I say if somebody wants to get a tarot card reading, go to Jen. She is accurate as can be. Now, going back to St. Elias in New Orleans.
Yeah. I love that name, by the way. St. Elias?
Yeah.
That's a kick-ass name. I feel like changing mine to that.
So After we do the podcast with St. Elias, this conversation got very deep during the podcast. And him and I, once the cameras were off, we were talking. And I had my producer, Jake, there. And I had a question for him that I didn't want anybody to hear. So I asked him, I said, hey, can we talk somewhere private? He's like, come to my office. I asked him a very specific question. He's like, I can't answer you, but the cards can. He grabs this box off the shelf, opens it up. It's this big, large deck card of tarot cards, right? And closes his eyes. I've never seen no shit like this before. He closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. He's like shuffling the cards with his eyes closed. He's doing his whole thing. Like, and I have no idea. I'm just sitting there quiet, soaking it all in.
Yeah.
And he finally opens his eyes and he like lets out a breath. And he starts putting the cards out, right? Once again, I'm not going to tell you what they say.
Okay.
But remind you, Jen, Galveston, Texas, St. Elias,
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Identical outcome. Identical outcome. No difference. They might have just used different wording, but it was identical. The outcome, the what has happened, what is going to happen, what not to worry about. It was everything. And it was like, okay, Jen wasn't bullshitting. He ain't bullshitting.
Wow.
This is what it is. And it was one of those things. And then it made it even more sense when I met LaRasha yesterday. She's telling me the same thing that they said.
Really?
So I'm 3 for 3 right now when it comes to mediums, tarot card reading. And those are 3 people that I would say, like, they're doing something that some people would take advantage of people with, but they're doing it for real, you know?
They're the real deal.
Yeah, they have a gift.
That's
Whatever
amazing.
it is, they have a real gift and they've tapped into it. Yep.
That's amazing. That is great. I can't wait for the New Orleans series, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what it looks like the set and what everything.
You'll be surprised.
Dude, I freaking cannot wait.
Yep.
So, the Colorado locker room story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one's hilarious. So I'll give you. There's a story. There's a couple stories. There's more than a couple. I'll just go from each one as they get more intense. How about that?
Okay. Yeah.
That's fair.
Fair.
So my very first experience was as a freshman. Coors Light Center, which is the arena for Colorado basketball.
Okay.
It's sponsored by Coors Light, and that's what we call it Coors. We used to have, sometimes we had like 2-a-days, and we would have late practices at night. And when the practices were over, we were responsible for cutting all the lights out. It was like this one panel where you could just cut off all the lights in the arena, right? And as guys, we shower, we get dressed. My teammates are leaving, and it's one other guy named, my teammate at the time was Shannon Sharp. Not who y'all think it is, but
what?
His name was Shannon Sharp.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to him. And
I'm very sorry, Shannon. Damn.
Shannon and I are to take a shortcut to get to where we lived at the time. You would have to walk through the arena floor, on the arena floor, and up the stadium stairs out the exit door.
Okay.
In the dark.
Wow.
Right? So, you know, we're not thinking much of it. It's just the dark. We got our flashlights on our phone out. It's not a big deal. We've done it before. But this particular night, it's Shannon and I in there, and we get to about half court, and I start cracking jokes. I'm like, hey, Shannon, what if you see something running across the exit signs? Like, what you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, right? And that's the only light in there is the exit signs on each door.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. He's like, I would never stay. He's like, I'm out. So we get to maybe about a fourth of the stadium stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And remind you, we're just talking, shooting the shit. And on the right side of the arena, anybody knows that at this specific gym, we had like soda machines, and there would be these plastic cups that we had maybe about this high. And you hear exactly this plastic cup drop from the top of the arena, like the stairs, bounce all the way down the stairs on the right side of the arena out of nowhere. There's nobody in this gym.
What?
And you hear the cup like doo, 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 doo. Shannon booked it.
I left you there.
He left me, just books it. So I book it too. We get out of there. He's like, you should not be in that arena late at night. He's like, it's haunted. That was the first time I was introduced to it may being haunted, right?
And he knew it already.
He said like he's heard about it.
Yeah.
But he never really confirmed it. And to me, I was like, man, somebody must have been bullshitting or playing a prank on us. Maybe one of our teammates stayed behind.
Because it's dark. You can't see anything in there.
I see. So in my head, I'm like, I don't know if it was really haunted. But move forward. I go the next day and I'm asking people like, hey man, who the fuck was playing? Right? Nobody to this day is like, it wasn't us.
Wow.
And usually if we're pulling pranks, especially in college, you're going to eventually find out who it was.
Yeah.
Somebody will talk, but nobody ever talked.
Because nobody was in there.
Exactly. So
oh shit.
Moving forward, I didn't have any more experiences that year, which is weird, but no experiences.
What year was that for you? Your freshman, you said?
That was my freshman year, so I was 2011, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
2011, yes sir. I graduated in 2015. So we had in the locker room, we have a lounge area. They had renovated it. I think after my first year, it was like a big lounge area. They upgraded everything. Yeah.
Damn.
And there was like TVs, big screen TVs, and there was couches in there. It was really nice, really, really nice at the time.
Sweet.
And I used to be in there all the time. Like there was times where I wouldn't go home. I would sleep on the couch and I would work out like late at night. So this was like a routine that I had. Everybody knew like, hey, when you say Ski really slept in the gym, he was really sleeping in the gym.
Oh man.
I would sleep, shower, go work out, sleep, shower, go work out. And I was doing this. And then I remember one day it was nobody in the gym. And I'm watching the TV, I'm sitting on the couch, and nowadays water, the soap, the paper towels, everything is motion censored. You know how you gotta wave your hand, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm watching TV one day and the water goes off in the sink. Just comes on.
Oh fuck.
I look over my shoulder. Who the fuck is back there?
Yeah.
I know nobody came in. So I'm looking, the paper towels. What is the chances that the water goes off and then the paper towel malfunctions? Toilet flush. I'm like, yeah, somebody in here. I grab my shit, I get up out of there. I'm not even trying to find out what's going on.
You didn't even look to see if there's anyone over there?
Not that night. Another night happens, maybe like a week or two later. Same exact thing happens to me.
In that order too?
Same way. Same exact way.
Oh shit.
So look, I get up this time, like I'm not running, I'm gonna figure out what it is. I get to the restroom. You got your sink on the right, you got your paper towels right here on the wall right before you enter.
Yeah.
You got the toilets to the left, and then we got a stall that has a door. I'm standing in the doorway just to see everything, right? To see what goes off first. Like, is something really here? The stall door.
Oh hell no, dude. You were gone, huh?
Get the fuck up out of there again. Right? So at this point, the next day, I'll go in there and I'm like, who else has had a horror experience or a paranormal experience in this locker room?
Yeah.
One other guy raised his hand. Shout out to Wesley. Wesley's like, bro, he's like, I've had the paper towel and the shit go off for me too one day.
Oh, wow, dude.
So I'm like, okay, at least I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
And somebody else has had it happen. Speed it up, go a little further down. This was one of the very few spots. I may have had three instances where I've had sleep paralysis.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And this was by far the worst one. Was in the Colorado locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to have class, I think as a junior, if I'm not mistaken, a junior or a senior. I don't remember which year it was. I think it was a junior though. I used to have like one class in the morning and then one class in the afternoon. And I wouldn't want to go back to my place where I stayed. So I would just chill out in the lounge area and take a nap,
Mm-hmm.
in between classes. Excuse me. And we have the couch. Imagine me laying on this couch right here. And we have an ottoman right in front of you where you can put your feet.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't put my feet on there. I put my phone on there. At the time, I had on a tank top, I had on basketball shorts, and I had on socks. And my phone is there. I was like, I'm going to take a nap, a couple hours, get up, go to class, whatever. I remember having this terrible, terrible nightmare of this devilish face that was very, very close to me, looking me dead in the eyes. You ever seen the TV show Lucifer?
Yes.
You know how he is when he turns into the devil?
Yeah.
That is what it looked like. It looked like it was red, like peeling. It was just disgusting. And the voice was so deep and dark, it would send chills down your spine.
Oh, man.
On top of that, I don't remember what he was saying. I just remember it was truly terrifying, but it was getting so hot. It was like, it felt like what people would call hell. That is what I would picture it being like. It was hot. It was burning up. And I remember this face. And I remember telling myself, like, you have to get out of here. Like,
in your mind,
wake up. Yeah. Like, wake up, get out of here. Like, get up. And I couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't get out of it. And this guy is looking at me dead in my face, talking. The only thing that woke me up, this is where it gets creepy. The cell phone starts ringing that I had on the ottoman.
Uh-huh.
I'm able to open my eyes and I can see the phone ringing. But when I go to pick the phone up, I can't move.
Paralyzed.
It still feels like somebody is sitting on top of me holding my arms down. Yeah. This is what it feels like. It feels like somebody's literally, like, the pressure. I can feel it. Like somebody's holding me.
Yeah.
And something told me. And during this whole time, the phone is still ringing. Remind you, the phone has not stopped ringing. Something tells me just pray. Like, that's your only option is pray. Mm-hmm. I go to pray, instant relief.
No kidding.
This is where it gets scary. I go to grab the phone. No missed calls, no alarm, no text messages, no nothing.
What?
When I wake up, I'm in a full-blown sweat as if I just played 48 minutes in a college basketball game. I'm talking about my tank top is like dingy, wet, like it looked like I got out of a pool, basically.
Damn.
And I can't explain it to this day. I can't explain it. That was the scariest sleep paralysis moment that I've had, and I couldn't explain it. And I called 4 people. Like my mom, I was like, "This has just happened," and everybody's telling me, "Nope, didn't call you." I had no missed calls, no messages, no alarm set, nothing.
Maybe that was your grandma trying to help you out there.
Somebody, somebody's like, "Hey, we need to get him out of that state or whatever it is," and get his ass up. But from there, I knew that something that was like, okay, something is for sure here. It's bad, but it's not happening to everyone, which is a little strange to me because not everyone's saying that. Well, To be fair, not everyone was spending the night there or sleeping there or was
Yeah.
there as often as I was. So
Mhm.
I think that has something to do with it. The last experience that I had, somebody can actually testify to. This guy named Jerron was a teammate of mine.
Uh-huh.
And, at the time I was a senior and I would do my best to get guys to change their ways a little bit. Come get in the gym with me. Come, let's put in some work instead of going to a party. Or let's go to a party and then go to the gym. That's the kind of guy I was. Everybody
Yeah.
would tell you that. And one day, Jerron and I are like, hey, let's not go out. Let's hit the gym at 1:30 a.m. We're like, all right, fuck it. Let's go to the arena. We go to the arena. Jerron and I, this is going to come in context. It's going to come in play later on in the story. But him and I's locker is right next to each other.
Mhm.
And so he's on my left. I'm on his right. To his left and my left, the door is that way. The
Mhm.
locker room door. Remind you that the locker room door, you can only get in two ways. It is a keypad or a card that swipes through it. There is no key. There is no, you can't just open it. You can't just push it open at any point in time. Colorado's hallway to their locker room is both ways, right and left. When I say it is a long hallway,
Yeah.
it's a straight shot, maybe a 40-yard dash. Like you could hold an NFL combine in there, left and right, and it would take the flash to not be seen. Basically, if you were to play a prank or something and not be seen,
Right. It
you would
would
have
be
to be
okay.
extremely fast.
Yeah.
So Jerron and I go lift weights. Remind you, it's late. It's about 1:30 in the morning. By the time we finish, it's about an hour after 2 something in the morning. And Jerron is like, he's kind of like me. He's not too scary. Like, you're not too scared of a guy. He doesn't really believe in the paranormal stuff at the
Mhm.
time. And he's like, let's go shoot around in the arena in the dark. And I'm like, all right, like whatever. But I got my phone and a flashlight out, right? Like,
Yeah.
so we could see a little bit, but he's like shooting around and I eventually sit on the floor and I'm like on my phone, but I got the light still going so he can see
Mhm.
a little bit. And we're just talking. He's shooting around. And somewhere, remind you, I told you those exit doors had all the exit signs
The
on them,
light. Uh-huh.
the lights. And out of nowhere, at the top of the arena, remind you, we're at 2:30 in the morning. All you hear is boom, like somebody slammed one of those doors, like boom,
Holy
like
shit.
it was terrifying loud, like it sent chills through your body.
Yeah.
Jerron doesn't think twice, sprints to the locker room, just
Oh,
left me there
really?
sitting on the ground. He's like, I'm not looking for questions, I'm not asking questions. He sprints to the locker room. I get up, I'm like jogging behind him, and I remind you, we're sitting next to each other at the lockers. And I'm like, bro, somebody gotta be here. Like,
Yeah.
let's go out there and let's see. Let's just sit there and see if we can hear or see somebody. He's like, all right. So this time I don't have my phone light on, but we're sitting right underneath the rim closest to the hallway.
Mhm.
And at this point we're just silent. We're just trying to hear if somebody's like fucking around with us or if somebody's running around in here. All you hear is like clear as day, like the biggest breath. Jerron shoots off to the locker room. I shoot off to the locker room at this point. I'm like, nah, something's wrong. Something's off here. We get to the locker room. We're sitting there. We're talking. Like, what the fuck do you think it was? Like, whatever, trying to figure it out. As we're talking, the locker room door, the door handle,
Oh shit.
just starts.
Jiggling.
When I say rattling, I mean like somebody's trying to take it off the hinges. Like boom, 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 boom,
Holy
boom.
shit, man.
My first instinct is one of my teammates. I get up, I sprint to the door, open it. Nobody there.
Whoa.
Mind you, I told you, I don't care who you are. There's no human being that could have shook that door handle. By the time I got there, I wouldn't have seen you running down this hallway.
Right.
It was impossible to play that prank on somebody like that. Jerron to this day would be like, I can't explain it. Like, it can't explain that. So those Colorado days were pretty off, but I'll give you some context because I started doing some digging after these things happened.
Oh, okay.
I started asking people around. I started doing some homework.
That's what you
do. Turns out that Boulder, Colorado was like a witch ground.
Oh,
and
shit.
they used to basically, I think they used to like kill witches.
No kidding.
In that area. Dude. So I don't know if it had something to do with the deaths of these people, but that's what I've come up upon. That's what plenty of people told me, that it was a big witch ground back in the day.
Wow.
And I was like, man, maybe they built, on something sacred. I don't know, but there was definitely something there. And I seen some crazy shit, man, like from people in Boulder, Colorado. Like the party story I haven't told you about. Another friend of mine, Wesley Gordon, could tell you about it. Went to pick him up from a party one day. I didn't party much, so he was like, hey, I don't have a way back home. Can you come get me? As a teammate, I'm like, yeah, like, keep you safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you just be out here looking crazy.
Yeah.
And after a night of drinking, especially you're a basketball player, like, I got you. So I'm gonna come get you. Sends me the address. This address I still remember to this day. 9th and Pleasant was the specific address in Boulder, Colorado. It was where all the frat houses were. And Boulder Cemetery. It's dead in the center. But 9th and Pleasant, when you drive down that street, you pull up right to the cemetery.
Okay.
I pick him up. We get to the stop sign. The lights of the car are pointed inside the cemetery.
Uh-huh.
There's a guy in the cemetery. Red t-shirt, jeans, white male. He's on his knees.
What?
And he is digging in the dirt.
Oh my God, dude.
Don't know why. But Wesley's like, hey, let's just see what he does. Like, just don't move.
Yeah.
So he's like, he's doing something in the dirt. But it's like one of those, the scary movies where it's just like the awkward movements, like the creepy movements.
Yeah.
And I got the lights in the cemetery from the car. This guy stops what he's doing. So he's like, it's just like a movie. He stops what he's doing. He looks up right at the car, right?
Uh-huh.
And he puts his hands down and he kneels up. So now he's just on his knees in the cemetery, looking directly at us.
What the hell, dude?
And now it's just basically a standoff between two guys and this guy in the cemetery. And his next move is what creeped me out. He screams at the top of his lungs.
What the hell?
I'm talking about like a horrifying scream. Like, just full out. At that point, I'm like, let me get
Oh my God, dude.
So like, it's some weird shit going on out there for sure. It could be witchcraft. It could be devil worshiping. I don't know. But there's a lot, I think, that goes on in that town.
Do you think that dude was alive, or do you think that was a apparition, or what do you think?
Bro, it looked like a human being. It looked like a real person. It had nothing. It didn't remind me of a ghost or something paranormal. It looked like a guy.
What the hell was he doing, dude?
I wasn't trying to find out.
Screaming his head off like a weirdo, man.
He was screaming like top of his lungs, man. It was an experience where I was just like, yeah, we're not going to the cemetery at night because it's some weird shit going on in there. Yeah.
Oh, you went out for a second. There you are. Okay.
I was just saying it was one of those experiences where I was like, I'm not going to the cemetery at night. It's some weird shit going on in there.
Dude, I got friends that love to go to the cemetery at night. Oh my God. They paranormal investigators that love to go and check it out.
I got a few of those too, but I think that one that one kept me away from cemeteries for a while. Now I'm good. I go wherever, but at that time it was like, yeah, I'm not going to that cemetery at night. I won't even walk on that street.
I want to know. I wish we could find out the story behind that dude. What the hell was he doing, man?
I don't know, man.
None of it makes sense.
It was like a movie. That's how I could put it. It was one of those movie scenes.
He's digging at night.
Yeah.
And it looks like he was digging with his hands.
At night. Yeah. I'm not talking about like 8 p.m. I'm talking about, 2, 3 in the morning.
That's crazy.
Witching hour. So.
All right, man. Well, give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, sir. Take your time.
Yeah. You got any sponsors yet?
No, that's so crazy that you asked that. Today, my meeting was about that. My meeting today was about sponsors and potential stuff.
Nice,
I got some people I want to reach out to, man. I got some people that I think it would be really dope for the show to collab. But I think I'm at a point, man, where I really want to do things correct,
Yes.
I don't want to just accept something because, the money is there, but I want to get behind something. And there may be situations where I just can't turn the money down because it's so good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's understandable as well. But for the most part, as long as I can make a decision, I would do with, what feels right for the brand, the HORRORble Podcast brand. So
yeah,
I just won't accept just anything,
Totally get that. Yeah. I feel like I need to grow some more to get to a place where I can do that.
Yeah.
As far as down the rabbit hole, we're ready to. If you need something,
that's a fact.
Come on down the rabbit hole, baby. I got you. I got you. All right, Askia, thank you so much for joining me, sir. We're at the portion of the show I like to call the 6 questions.
Okay.
So
I got 6 answers.
You got 6 answers. All right.
I got 6 answers.
Question number 1. What was it like to hit your first game winner? And I guess, was the Kansas one the first one, or was it?
Hell nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah. I mean, it's been happening for a while since I was a kid. But like you said, the Kansas one, I don't think any of them can amount to
top
that one. That one is like the one that, globally was noticed, ESPN, top 10. It was a big deal at the time. So if I had to pick one, that was definitely the best one. And the feeling of that, you can't really explain, especially when you got 10 to 11,000 people screaming because of it,
It's stomping on your ankle, man.
Exactly.
What in the hell?
What's even crazier? I just want to tell this story very quickly.
Yeah, please.
That game, I had my brother came out, and another brother of mine came out, and they tell me this story. It's hilarious. I wish they were here to tell it, because they would tell it so funny. But basically, they were telling each other that I was gonna get the ball and hit the game winner before it ever happened. And they're like, I bet you he's gonna get the ball, do something crazy, and gonna make the shot. And they tell me about that shit all the time because they called it before it even happened.
That's
so who
cool,
knows?
Man.
Maybe they're the reason why it went in. They put it out there before it happened. So
that's awesome.
That's one of those scenarios.
Great shot that you had on that, man. And I saw a couple of dunks that you had, like a
little bit,
like body shakers, man. What's a better feeling, hitting the game winner or dunking the hell out of it? And put someone on a poster, man. Game winner?
Game winner. Because that the game is over because you made it that way. You know what I'm saying?
How many points you won that game?
I think 17 or 19. It was a low scoring game, that game, man. It was basically a real dog fight. That game was a dog fight. Yeah.
You know who reminds me? Like, I was watching you play, and it reminded me of a rookie playing with the Spurs right now. You know who I'm talking about?
Damn, Damn, I know a few of them. You talking about left-handed? Is
Yes.
he left-handed? Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I know
Harper.
exactly who you're talking about.
Harper.
Yeah. He's
Because
really
he
good at
does
that.
that like he's moving and then he takes two slow steps and makes separation enough, and they're not
extremely talented.
God, dude, the way you hit that 3-pointer, he moves kind of like that. It reminded me of that.
Yep.
All right, so number 2, you get to ask the creator one question about anything, and a creator can be God or whoever you think is the creator. What would it be?
Not a wish, but a question.
Question.
That's an easy one for me.
Yeah.
And maybe too dark for most, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Bring it.
Why do children have to suffer? Through anything. Like, why does the most innocent thing on the planet have to endure pain? As far as, I'm not going to say the words, but I'm sure people can use their imagination.
Yeah, any of those things. Right? Why?
Things. Like, to me, that doesn't sit well. But there may be an answer that I never thought of, and I may get the answer from the creator. So that would be something that I would truly want to know from the jump.
That's a good one. Yeah. All right, so number 3, how do you want to die?
Right here on the HORRORble Podcast. In my sleep, man. I'll go out in my sleep, or in my sleep, or protecting somebody. I think two ways that I can truly accept. Like, okay, I went out in my sleep, no pain, whatever. Or it's protecting somebody that I love or care about, and it was truly worth it.
Wow, that's I don't think anyone's answered that. I've answered in my sleep. That's beautiful. Right? Just go to sleep and it's over. Yeah. But protecting someone you love, that's a good one, man. Oh, I like that. Part 2 of that question, or the second part of that question, how do you think you'll die?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. And you know, it's funny. I've thought about this before.
Really?
I've thought about this. And the same image always comes in my head. And it's usually, I can see myself old and something catching up to me. I don't know what it is, but it could be just the age. It could be somebody killing me. I don't know. It could be something, but I feel like I'm going to be very old.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I always tell people I'm not going to die till I'm 300. I tell that all the time. All the time. Anybody that you know, they'll be like, he always says that shit. Like, somebody will say, oh, be careful, or like, be safe before I leave. And I'm like, I'm always safe. I'm not dying till I'm 300. I'm good. Which is my thing. But
that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't think I'll die where it's like an ugly death. But it'll happen subtly, for sure, I think.
Well, when you said something catches up to you, the first thing I thought was that thing in the locker room that was holding you down. Hopefully it's not that.
Nah, definitely hope it's not that. I think now that I know I got some protection around me, I got the people with me, they won't let that happen. So
nice.
I think I'll go out a respectful, cool death, hopefully.
And the 300, you're young. If I'm not mistaken, you're in your 30s. You're early 30s, and they're saying, and I've been posting this on Down the Rabbit Hole more than a few times because it's come out a couple of times, that by 2030 they will have developed a way for humans to live beyond 150 years old, possibly longer than that. Yeah,
I've seen that. Yeah.
So you may not be wrong.
I'm gonna tell you this right now: as long as that will not happen, I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Or it will happen, but it would only be for a select few.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Rich.
It definitely, yes, it'll be definitely for the wealthy people on the planet and the people that they want to live for this long. And the reason why it will not happen for anybody that is not in that specific class will be due to the food,
Right.
what we consume our brains with, just all the bullshit combined.
Yeah.
I truly believe that we were already living to, you know, a couple hundred, if not a few hundred, years and years ago.
Oh yeah.
But you put all the BS in our bodies and the McDonald's, and not to say, hey, shout out to McDonald's, but if they're feeding the nonsense, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's not the best option for your body. It's not, you know, most of it is not real. And that is what's going to give us 50-year lifespans, you know. And if you make it past 50 now, you're damn near hats off to y'all, because it's some people dying at 28, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, right,
with
right.
real diseases, and you know, it's like I said, it's even kids, you know, passing away sooner than usual due to things that we probably could help or control to some degree if we change what's in the food or what we consume.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But I just think that it would be wonderful. But yeah, the first thing I thought of when I read that was, okay, let's say a lot of people are able to do this. Like a lot of people are able to do this. You're talking about consuming most of the resources on Earth more quickly because there's going to be more people living much longer. That's one thought, right? And then there's another. I've covered this on Deeper Down the Rabbit Hole. We talked about alien races. There was an alien race called the Anunnaki.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Anunnaki came here to collect materials they needed for their planet, Nairobi, I think it's called. But anyway, they decided they were going to use the people that were here, the humans that were here, but they weren't smart enough or whatever. So that what they did is they spliced the DNA and made people smarter or whatnot, but they reduced the amount of lifespan that they didn't want them to live too long, because they figured if we give them some of our DNA and they live longer, eventually they're going to rise up and take over. So we need them to die young. And so that's just the story. I don't know if it's true. I can't prove it, but that's something that we were just talking about.
I don't think, and damn, I may be saying too much, but I don't think our government has most of us in their best interest.
Absolutely,
I mean,
especially
you
now.
You speak about like an ant farm, right?
Yeah.
A few ants die. Oh well.
Yeah.
We'll make some more. We'll get some more, and you know, I think we're treated very similar to that.
I'm gonna have to get you on the panel, man, the paranormal panel of Deeper Down the Rabbit Hole, because there are things we got to talk about.
Let's do it.
All right, number 4.
Yes, sir.
Now this is a two-parter, so you can answer one or the other, but we've already talked about it. So the question is, what is the strangest paranormal experience you ever had? Or since you've covered that most of that already, what's the strangest moment of your life?
Strangest moment of my life. I think I'm in it. I think I'm truly in the strangest moment. I'm at a point of my life where I'm making the biggest adjustment that I've ever had to make, mentally, not physically, but mentally. And what I mean by that is I've dedicated 30 plus years, you know, I wouldn't say 30. I guess you could say 20 plus years to basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about countless hours of grinding to become just good enough to make some money, right?
Yeah.
And to be successful to some degree. And to put that behind me and to take this route of horror, it is very hard. It's very hard to transition, knowing that there was a lot of money that I probably left on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't talked about, I haven't spoken about this much with many people. But one thing that I can tell anybody that's watching this or will watch this is that when you have discipline and you're willing to be consistent and bet on yourself, it's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You can accomplish so much if you're willing to go through that fire. And I'm going through the fire right now. I've never said this publicly, but I'm going through the fire. I'm figuring it out. But then again, it goes back to preparation. Like I was prepared for this moment due to the homework I did. I went to, like, people would tell you, bro, I've gone to 30 different haunted houses every September and October.
Mm.
I've done my homework when it came to the scary stuff, the movies, the haunted houses, the trips, seeing what works, what doesn't work. And for all that knowledge and information that I built, which I guarantee you, I probably only got 3% out of 100 of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that 3% of what I did do, it helped me prepare for that transition. And that transition is not for the weak. It takes resilience, and I'm still figuring it out. And I think now is the hardest time of that transition. And once again, I'm betting on myself. Here I am, with the HORRORble Podcast, and I'm treating it the same way I treated basketball. There's people that told me I would never make any money in it. There's people that told me I should put the ball down and get a 9 to 5. I didn't listen, and that worked out. So I'm applying that same mindset and thought process to, I guess, the social media world, and trying to make a name for myself in that. And I promise, man, I promised myself by October 1st this year, it's all going to be worth it. So we got a few more months, for it to really be where I want it to be, as far as like, okay, this can really make sense for me long term. I think October 1st, people will realize, like, yeah, he's here now. So,
well, dude, I gotta say, like I said before, I thought you'd been doing this for years. Honestly, I thought this dude's been this is like amazing. This has been doing this for years for sure. I was shocked when you told me October 1st was your first show. So, yeah, you're actually applying all the discipline and all the stuff you learned to this, because it's amazing. It's absolute, like I'm telling you, my favorite guest spot on a podcast ever, man. And I'm not just saying, and a lot of my friends are going to be mad at me, but hey, listen, you got to step up. You got to step up. If you want to be like this, look at this. It's amazing, man. That, I think you're going to make it. And another thing is 20 episodes is usually the most, and a podcast usually fizzles out. I don't know if you ever heard this, but when you make it past 20, it's a big deal, because a lot of podcasts do not make it past 20.
Damn.
So you're already past what, you know what I'm saying? You're already doing it. And another thing I wanted to say, man, is I think you could have been one of the greats when it comes to basketball, dude. I seriously saw you could have been one of the greats to do it. And I would love if you were on the Spurs. You know what I'm saying?
Man, while we're here, I just want to say this, because I think it's important for anybody just pursuing anything, but you can truly be your biggest enemy. You can truly be your biggest enemy. And what I mean by that is, I did the work. The work was not the question, but this. If you don't truly believe with what you're doing, and you allow outside sources to alter this, You're not meant to be the great in the greats. So I'm gonna say this openly. I wasn't meant to be one of the greats for basketball. I think I was really good at basketball. Don't get me wrong. I
Definitely.
think I was really good at basketball, but um, the mental hurdles that I put myself through, probably some things that I didn't need to, but just ego, um, maybe too much belief in myself. It's one of those things that can hurt you.
Really?
And I want people to understand, like, stay humble, but be extremely confident in the work you're putting in as long as you put it in, you
Right.
know?
Right.
And don't let it get to your head. Be grateful, because at any point in time, whether it be basketball, whether it be a podcast, whether it be paranormal investigations, whatever it may be, it can be taken away.
Yeah.
You know, it can be. So you got to cherish that. And that's what I'm doing with this now, is like, I'm making sure that I put my all, I bet on myself. I'm prepared each and every interview that I do. Um, and I'm not letting it go to waste, not this time. Because I think I did it once. I did it twice, actually, with basketball. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, fuck, you shouldn't have done that, or you shouldn't have done this. And those are learning experiences. And I think all of that shit that I went through is preparing me for this.
Absolutely, dude.
And this isn't physical. The podcast isn't so much physical. This shit is more so mental. And I'm glad that I learned from those experiences to apply it to now.
Absolutely, dude. I think this is going to be a wild success for you. I can see it, dude. It's there. Yes. All right. Number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number
Number 5.
Yeah.
2 more.
Yeah.
This one's one of my favorite questions because I love dreams, man. That's one of my favorite topics, right? So, what's the scariest or weirdest dream you've ever had?
All right. That's a really good question, because it makes you think.
Yeah.
The sleep paralysis is up there for one of the scariest that I
Yeah.
had. But I've had nightmares all the way up until the age of, I think, 17 or 18. Like legit nightmares, like night terrors, like wake up, sweat, looking around the house, scared.
Yeah.
And I used to have this dream when I was a very little kid. I would consider it a nightmare, but it was about nails in a tire.
Oh, shit.
Nails in a tire. And I don't remember anything else other than that. But I used to wake up as a kid screaming at the top of my lungs, and I would wake up and tell my dad, nails in a tire. Nails in a tire.
What the
And
hell?
he would just, my dad was so tough guy into the streets. Like, he's just like, man, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
go back to sleep. It's nails in a tire. Nobody's worried about nails in a tire. So, just thinking about dream, like I've had all kind of nightmares, man. I've had nightmares where I've literally seen my sister get chopped up with a chainsaw. Like,
Oh my God.
and woke up terrified, like, and I'm so happy that all that shit is a dream.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
or a nightmare. But yeah, I don't have a specific one, but the one that always has stuck with me since a kid is this nightmare about nails in a tire. I don't know what that resembles. I don't know if that something I'm just overlooking and I'm not truly thinking about, but that did it for me when I was a
Wow.
kid.
That's creepy, man. Nails in a tire. What does it mean?
A car tire. I don't know. I have no idea. I still can't put a point to it.
That reminds me of a dream. You were talking about your sister.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a dream I had. I was young. I was pretty young, like 15, 16 years old. And my dad died in the dream. And it was one of these, what do you call it? Like the really intense, like visually, it felt like it was real. Like very, very real. He was dead. It was over. that was it, right? And I remember crying in the dream, like, you know what I mean? And I woke up, tears still, and my mind was he was dead. He was dead, and I was awake thinking he was dead, and I had that feeling of that grief-stricken feeling, and it slowly faded, and I realized, wait a minute, he's not dead, he's alive, man. I was like, yes, thank you.
That relief is one of the best feelings.
Oh my God, yeah, it is. It's great.
Yep. I remember that dream about my sister, because I love Leatherface.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my favorite movies, man. 2003, if I'm not mistaken, with Jessica Biel, that the remake, that shit was like one of the best movies. But I remember I walked into the house and it was a Leatherface character swinging a chainsaw, and my sister like putting the arm up and her arm coming off.
Oh shoot.
And like she's like trying to crawl out the window. It was just like a complete mess. And
wow.
I remember calling my sister, like, hey,
you okay?
So yeah, it was definitely one of those nightmares where the realness of it, I remember like it was yesterday. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yes,
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. All right, that's a great answer, man.
Thank you.
Number 6, sir. Askia, the Boogeyman Booker. Who the fuck do you think you are?
I'm gonna answer this the best way I can. I am the owner of the biggest horror podcast in the world, and I own the scariest amusement park to ever exist. Simple as that.
Wow.
That's who the fuck I am.
Yeah. All right. That's a
Yes,
great
sir.
answer. Do you have an amusement park out right now?
No, sir. But I
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, you want to get into this?
Yeah.
How the podcast started. It stemmed from a much larger idea, which is I want to open up a horror theme park. No roller coasters involved, but
Yeah.
more of like a legit park where it is completely terrifying and immersive in an experience that you'll never forget. I've drawn it out. I have visuals for it. I have this whole idea in my mind, which is where I was telling you where I go to all these haunted houses for a reason. I've
Right.
done all this homework to see what works, what doesn't work, what I like, what I don't like, what I would never want it to be like, what I would love to implement, right? And I think I could have started on the idea a few years ago. It just wasn't smart. It would have been a complete wreck for me to jump into something that big. It would have been dumb, and it would have been a gamble. I didn't have the correct team. I didn't know the correct people. The money would have blew out the window probably faster than I could have counted it. And I probably wouldn't be in the position I am today to be here on this podcast. So with that being said, I went back to the drawing board. Excuse me, that was my battery. I went back to the drawing board and figured out a way that I could stay in this lane of horror where I could basically open up doors to the correct people, build these relationships, and along the way meet some really great people, hear their stories, and eventually become big enough to where I could release this idea through the podcast.
That's brilliant, man. That's brilliant.
So it's a stepping stone, but a necessary step that I feel had to come first before I just leap into something so reckless.
When you told me that, when we met and you were telling me that, I was like, this dude is brilliant. This dude is brilliant. He didn't make that mistake. He thought it through.
Yeah.
And he did something else. And I think what's going to happen, this is going to fund that. And you are going to be that, sir. You are going to be that.
That is the goal, man. That is the goal. And like, I want people to understand, man, like, as far as my podcast goes, even this might go a little off topic, but my podcast specifically is, I wanted to give people an opportunity to be heard. And don't get me wrong, I'll never shy away from big names. You know, those opportunities are great opportunities, but
right.
There are so many people on an everyday basis that we're more alike than we absolutely know, you know? And
Yes.
think about you and I, you know, we bump shoulders, and now I can pick up the phone and call you. You can call me, you can text me. And we're like, hey man, how you doing? What's going on? What's the deal?
Dude.
And
it's
that
great.
would have never happened if this wasn't the case.
Right.
You know? And I built this relationship, like, shout out to Celeste Mott, the New Orleans trip. She was on my show, and she basically took care of the trip as far as people I should book, where I should stay.
Wow,
and,
dude.
You know, these are friendships that you build over a period of time that you'll be grateful for forever, you know?
Right.
And this is what I'm most grateful for in this journey, you know, to the much bigger idea that I have is I'm not overlooking these steps and the people that I encounter. Like you said earlier, I've encountered all different types of people. I've had clowns on this show. I've had on my show. I've had, you know, Satanists and people like you, conspiracy theories. You just never know who you may meet or run into, and you can sit down and have a conversation with, and where it might go after that. You know, so I'm grateful for that process, man. And I love it. I enjoy it truly.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I'm grateful for meeting you. I consider you a friend now, bro.
Yes, sir.
And this has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time, my friend. And so if it's interesting to you, then go down the rabbit hole. Thank you so much. We'll see you later.
Right, yep.
Take it easy.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
They said the truth was buried deep in files they tried to burn. David's on the mic now, it's the people's turn. From shadow men in black to creatures in the mist, he's cracking open secrets that the government dismissed. Spooky lights above us, he's tracking every blink. Aliens, cryptids, yeah, he's making you think. With a journal full of clues and a wild-eyed hunch, he's talking ghost towns, lost time, Bigfoot's lunch. Old Dayvid don't know, but he's looking for the code on a long dark road where the weird ones go. Might stay hot when the stories unfold, digging through the static for the truth untold. From pyramids on Mars to sounds in the night, he's chasing after whispers just beyond the light. Tinfoil hat, nah, it's a crown for the bold. Turn the dial up, these tales don't grow.